Oh goodness, I'm back. First video of the new year. The year of the dragon. Which, considering my plans, it's somewhat appropriate. But yeah, when it comes to just regular videos, I'd like to, just keep making stuff, right? Obviously, anything Snoot or Gator, I'll do number one priority when I notice that happens. But, yeah, there's plenty of stuff that I'd like to, that I've been meaning to do past couple of years, but I never got around to it. Stuff that I started, I will finish, because it bothers me if I don't, like Amnesia and Backbone, aka Tales Noir. Do that, finish that. Maybe them's Fighting Herds, and definitely Undertale, and I'd like to do Deltarune, and I might do Honorism again, too. What I definitely would like to do is emulate games and play Flash games. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And this is the only time I'm going to do this. So, if you want to play Flash games, there's this. Yeah, right. This is what you want right here. And then there's the add-ons, which will let you play the games on the pages themselves. It should. It might not play. If there's a game from the 90s, from the late 90s, this probably won't let you play it. Just as a warning. Anything later, it should. Yeah, there's this page, and then there's this. So you can figure that out. And if this isn't working for you on a file that you downloaded, yeah, go to the thing. It's in here somewhere. Components, no. Yeah, right here. You go inside the FP software folder, and then you go to Flash, and then all these are here. That might help you play a file that you downloaded, because this is local, like this. That should help you out when it comes to things that you download to your computer, because this lets you quickly download files to your computer if you use the add-on. You can play them on the browser or download them. That's the point I'm trying to make. What I want to play is Detective Grimoire for this video, and I forget which site it was on. Yeah, these sites are still up, so you can still use them. There's quite a lot on here that I'm going to play. Let's try a puzzle. It's here somewhere. There it is. Help Detective Grimoire solve the mystery. Yeah. But yeah, to download. Where is it? Am I stupid? Let's see here. Yeah. Where is it? Let's see if it's on Newgrounds. Yeah, here we go. I don't want Newgrounds player. I want... Is this not good enough? Whatever, I'll do this. Fine. Link. There. You know what? This is good enough. Alright, this is good enough for now. I'll figure that out later off screen. Other sites that lets you do it, so this is good enough. And I would like to play the sequel to this that's on Steam. I have it, so let's play. Coils and Co. Fairground late last night. Oh. I haven't played this in such a long time, my God. Ugh, oil. Poor bastard. Police department, police department. Victim, Hugh Everton. Crime, murder. At 10:28 last night, a body was found at the local fairground that operates just outside of town. The cleaner, one Jerry Spears, discovered the dead body of his former colleague inside the Hall of Mirrors. All the evidence points towards murder. The clown, Charles Ringer, who works at the very same fairground, is the main suspect. He seems to have some less than favorable links with the victim. If this grim case remains unsolved, the fairground manager, Mr. Gary Coils, has stated he will have to permanently shut down operations. The private detective Grimoire has been called in to clear things up. We've got one evening to find the truth about what happened last night. If Grimoire can't solve this mystery, no one can. Let me use my fucking taskbar, jackass. What the fuck? Okay. What the fuck? Damn, that music went hard. Oh. Oh. That I remember. Officer James. I'm not going to repeat myself again, Grimoire. I love this art style. By the way, there's this game on the PS2 called Oni by Rockstar that was published by Rockstar, and I think it was made by Bungie. The character portraits look just like this. Like they hired someone that made Newgrounds Flash animations to do those little portraits. They look really weird. It's the most strange thing I've ever seen in a game, in a released video game, you know? But God, Newgrounds and Flash in general from back in the day, it's just this. You know that thing in animes where there's like an old man with a mustache and gray white hair, and they look exactly like the young protagonist, just with a couple lines and a handlebar mustache. Why do they do that? Why? Anyways, I'm not going to repeat myself again, Grimoire. Oh, these sound effects. You're listening this time, right? Something pretty nasty happened here last night. And I would like to play LA Noire on this channel. Certain games like Dark Souls or Bloodborne or something, I would like to maybe play with the friend that I mentioned if we ever link up. You know what I mean? Those I'd like to save for a special occasion. I'd say everyone in that fairground is a suspect, and you've only got this one evening to do your thing. Yeah, you got the quality on here. Why this one evening? My thing. Oh, it's coming back. All these lines. I played this quite a few times. This is one of my favorites. Don't tell me you're getting nervous now. The other guys tell me that you're the best at this. You're not going to let me down, are you? It's your job to talk to the suspects and explore the fairground for clues. You'll obviously need to take a look at the crime scene. But don't overlook any details, understand? There's my thumbnail face. Right, I think I understand. I have a bad feeling about this place. I can't shake it. Ugh. Oh, everyone is a suspect. It's your job to find out who has a credible alibi and who's lying to you. L.A. Noire before L.A. Noire. This game is. It really is. Kind of just the way it works a little bit. You should be able to work out who the murderer is by proving everyone else innocent. If you're confused about what to do, don't hesitate to ask me. Alternatively, the tutorial information is available from your notes page. Oh, these sound effects. Where you can also save your game. I'm glad I never bothered really doing that as a kid. I mean, I think what it does is it uses your... No, that's what the local storage is, right? Like right here. Yeah. No. Local storage. Yeah. I think it does that by default to just let you save the game and come back to it, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if it's cookies or local storage or what. I don't know. In order to access and save your shit when you come back to the game. I have no idea how that shit works. Never bothered to really do it as a kid. What's with your gay-ass mustache, bruh? What is it? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. That's either here or there. Tell me about it. That thing is here, there, everywhere. Wow. Flash. Oh. No. Is there really only 6 people? Yeah, I kind of remember how this works. What the hell was that? Hugh Everton. I guess there is. I'm not gonna repeat my... You said that you would. Oh. Right. I'm ready. Oh, God. There's someone there. Wait, what? Oh, yeah. Hi! I don't remember that. What on earth? Where are your parents? This is the scene of a crime. How old is this guy? I remember this now. I know, that's why I'm gonna help you out, detective. Why did you say it like that? I'm a real detective. You little jerk. In that case, where's your hat? If I had a nickel, I'd probably have 2 nickels. Which doesn't really buy me anything. Not anymore, at least. Why do we even bother with change? Like, why do we produce that? I never understood that. There's no point to it. Detectives don't have to wear hats anymore. Plus, it messes up my hair. And it's gonna give me a widow's peak. I'll look like Vegeta. I believe you. Anyway, hat or not, you're still gonna need this. A map of the fairground? Thanks. See you later. I have no idea who that was, but I'm pretty sure she's not the murderer. I sure hope not anyways. This place is pretty run down, but I can't see any clues yet. Dude. That was a weird... Is this just Zelda music? Or at least inspired by it? I don't know, that's what it... I know it's a carnival or fairground or whatever, so... I'm pretty sure this music's all original. It all sounds like it anyways. At the end there's gonna be credits that I remember, and I'm sure it'll say who did the music and all that. There's someone here too. I'd better get this investigation underway. Hey, you over there. Look at this dude. Who on earth are you? I'm Detective Grimoire. I'm here to solve the mystery of last night's murder. Oh, right. I see it now. The trench coat and everything. Ooh, his eyes closed. Aren't you supposed to wear a hat too? That's besides the point. Hugh Everton was murdered last night, and you, Charles Ringer, you're a suspect. The main suspect, in fact. Because I'm a clown. Who made that wonderful leap in logic? Look, I know Hugh and I never got on, but I can tell you one thing. I'm not capable of murder or anything close. Look at me. Is this the face of a killer? I'm gonna have to get a little more information out of him, I think. Charles is the police's main suspect in this case, since he did not get on with the victim, Hugh Everton. This door's jammed. I can't get in this way. Yeah, there's a small opening here. I might be able to... Yeah, I remember. I'll come back later. No clues. Funhouse is falling apart. I think it was the victim's job to look after it. No. Nah, I needed something else. Here's you. Yeah, okay, that's how it loads in. These old toys look really cheap. Maybe I should ask Mandy about them. Hey, books. I wonder why there are so many books. I'll try asking Mandy about them, I suppose. I think that's about it. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. It's you again. You need to find your parents and go home, I'm afraid. I can't go just yet. you still need my help. I'm quite capable of carrying out this investigation without you, thanks. Although that map is really useful. Really? Have you managed to get into the funhouse yet? No. There's a small opening to the left of the main door. You can go through there. It'll lead into a small office where he used to work. What's your deal? Thanks, I guess. How do you... She's gone. What a weird kid. I guess I'll try getting through that opening after I've checked out the scene of the crime. This place is a mess. Goodness. There's a considerable space behind that table. Looks like there's no one there at the moment. What's this green marker pen doing here? Can't help feeling it's out of place. You can clearly see the Hall of Mirrors through that grubby little window. Move right. Okay, I can just go where I need to. Ugh. A clown's red nose? What the fuck? Weird. I think this is the scene of the crime. Can clearly see the Hall of Mirrors light. Yeah, all these little things right here. Some oils have been spilt right by the door to the Hall of Mirrors. It's easier to hear myself think like this. You can still hear it, and I can still hear it anyways. Insane, crazy, weird. Oh God, Flash. Just the way it looks, the backgrounds. Anything else? There you are. Old Pete. The timeless classic. Anything else? No. Do. There's you. Mexican chili. $2.50. Is that a euro? Or is it... They appear to have some sort of chili dish on special. Get this shit out of the way. Hold on. What's this? I remember it by heart, kind of. I found a pair of blue wire cutters in the bin. Shit. To the toilet. Clown. What is that? What was that supposed to be? Hugh. There's a drawing depicting Hugh getting hit by lightning. It's drawn in green pen. Hermzoids. There's an argument written on the wall about clowns. Fucking Twitter. Anything else? Is that supposed to be like a euro? If this... Anything else? There you are. You... Adam. It's kind of, I don't know, he looks like a mix between J. Jonah Jameson and... Well, I forgot his name. He's like the most memorable character. David. He looks like David. Just without any facial hair. Adam. Come on, son. You know I wouldn't do that to you. The wire providing power to the water cooler has been cut. There's a wardrobe that holds costumes. The calendar. Get home early on last night's entry. I should ask Mr. Coils about that. Pens. No green pen. It's been knocked over. Do I have everything? No. Yeah. Wait. No. See this? No. There we go. Goodness. Marks on the ground. There's some black marks on the ground. Looks like someone tried to wipe something away. Glass shards. There's some shards of glass on the floor. There's a large blood stain, of course. The mirror's been broken down one side. The door into the hall is not visible. The door into the hall is not visible in the now shattered reflection. Anything else? Yeah, I remember where the murder weapon's at. Yeah, I can get in here, I think. Now that she told me. Get that shit out of the way. Something's off in this room. I don't know what it is. It was a tight squeeze. I felt like an FPS character, but I got through. I hope there's something worthwhile in here. What could be here? Nothing. What's this? The victim's to-do list it's been added to with a green pen. But anything else? It's possible to see the hall of mirrors. I can see that the light is on. What the frick? Whoa, this has to be the murder weapon. And a brightly colored rag tied around the glass shard. 2 clues at once. Clues. I have every single clue already. That's great. This place is just as run down as everywhere else. But that's what he says. Okay. Big whale in the sky keeps on turning. Don't know where I'll be tomorrow. Records. Hugh Everton. Wait. Fix Funhouse. Yeah, right. But, yeah. No. Let's go back. I don't think that little girl ever shows up again. Anyways, hello. Last night, where were you? If you're not the killer, what were you doing last night? Laughing like a clown, I guess. I was here, of course, you know, being a clown and all that. I left quite late last night, actually. I had a few holdups in the evening, but I didn't see anything suspicious. What was the last thing you saw before you left? Let's see, on my way out, I walked past the Hall of Mirrors and noticed that the door was slightly open. I closed it and carried on through the fairground. The only strange thing about that whole episode was how quiet the Hall of Mirrors door was. It normally lets out a loud creak when you move it. I think that's part of the attraction, you know. The Hall of Mirrors? That's the crime scene. I wonder why the door didn't creak that evening. Why would it be open? The fairground. So you work as the clown at this fairground. How long have you been here? A long time. Too long, in fact. I don't really like the way things are going around here. I have no idea why I haven't left for good. About the punk. Shit. Ugh. I was appalled when the boss hired Hugh Everton to look after the funhouse. Not only was he useless at his job, he was completely deaf with old age. Well, nearly. It's just not practical. Still, no one deserves, well, you know. He was deaf with old age and not very good at his job. That could be important information. Do you get on well with the rest of the staff? That's be a bit of an exaggeration, I'm afraid. I don't mind Mandy and her uncle, but that Ricky, I'm a top-notch entertainer, war character, is just too much. He doesn't even like kids. What a joke. He doesn't take any pride in his work. What the fuck do you expect? That's a weird opposite. I'll entertain the fuck out of you. Get these kids out of my sight. Fuck them. Looks like Charles finds it hard to get on with Ricky War. He's the entertainer, I think. Also, who is Charles to talk about pride with that big hole in his costume? Maybe I should ask him about that. If you don't mind me asking, why is there a big hole in your trousers? I can't come up with anything. I'm sorry. Surely you'd want to be a little neater than that, even if you are a clown. To be honest, I'd rather we didn't talk about the unfortunate condition of my frilly clown slacks. That's the first time anyone's ever said that, I bet. Still, there must be more to the story of his ripped clothing. Maybe I can find a clue that'll get him to elaborate. No. Hermzoids. That's, It's a piece of cloth ripped from your clown costume, that's what. Why do you have it? It was found wrapped around the murder weapon, I'm afraid. Looks like your luck has just run out. Wait, I can explain. I get my costume from the wardrobe in the boss's office. He brings in the costumes when he comes into work and places them in the wardrobe. I arrived at the fairground just after lunch. I went in to get my costume and found it had a hole in it. Besides, look at this rag. It's really not like me to damage my own clothes. It's covered in some black stuff. I suppose it would be pretty stupid to wrap the murder weapon in your own clothes. Why don't you go and talk to the boss, Mr. Coils? He is normally in his office, just over in the corner of the fairground. The hell's up with this? Yeah, I'll admit to that one. Ricky and I are always arguing about petty stuff like that. It's childish, I know, but hey, this is a fun fair, right? The fuck? Okay, I think the last thing might be like an accusation or something. Mandy. So quite a... Did they make that... Did these people make that, that rabbit game? If so, I will play that at some point, too. Because these look exactly like those characters. What the hell's this? So what's that? What's this? What's this? What's that? Excuse me, miss. Damn. Do you work here? Oh my god. What is this laughter? God, this music, I remember it. I'm pretty sure I do. The name's Mandy. Mandy Ferrier. I'm in charge of running this game stall. You seem a bit young to be working in a place like this, don't you think? I don't know. McDonald's will hire 14-year-olds. Or... I'm pretty sure they can, actually, now that I think about it. Which is just... weird. Really can't let anybody enjoy their life, huh? Well, they still can. You seem a bit young to be a private detective. Oh, our detectives only allowed to wear a hat when they reach a certain age. Only after they go to war. I'm older than I look, I'll have you know. Anyway, could you tell me a little bit about yourself? I'm conducting an investigation to find out about last night's murder. Of course you are. Why else would you show up unless you're after some candy floss? That's not good for you. For your teeths. Did you know it's actually bad for you? It's called candy floss. Your teeth are going to fall out by that evening. My powers of deduction do stretch that far, thanks. I'm not sure what to tell you. I've worked here for a little while. I got a job through my uncle. This job is helping me pay for college, but it's a lot of fun, too. I get to hand out toys to kids. Who doesn't want that? I wonder if her uncle is here at the fairground. I love... whatever that is. I don't know what she loves. Last night. Could you tell me what you were doing last night? How could I forget, really? I was here late, like I normally am, just kicking about. Eventually I hear shouts coming from the Hall of Mirrors. And then Jerry... oh, that's the cleaner. He comes running over to me and starts telling me what happened. I helped him call the police. After they showed up, we were allowed to go home. So, you were one of the last people here last night. It seems that way, but I was here at my stall the whole time. I had things to do, you know. I wonder why Mandy stays late every night. I think I should have a look around before I press her about it. The fairground. Do you get on with the other staff here at the fairground? Oh yeah, the guys often argue amongst themselves, but I stay out of it. Charles, the clown, is a pretty hard guy to get on with, but he's got a good heart. I can't say I had a particular dislike for anyone, except, well, Jerry. Jerry does get on my nerves, but he's sweet, I guess. I got on well with Hugh, although no one could deny he was pretty useless at his job. The funhouse was always in a terrible state. Sometimes I'd try to help Hugh with repairs, or ideas for improvements, but he'd never get anything done. I always figured the boss would replace him. Now look what happened. Sounds like Mandy has an interest in the funhouse. The toys. I don't know, I don't want to sound rude, but these toys look pretty cheap. Yeah. Yes, of course. I've never seen those characters anywhere before, but I have. What? You've never heard of Turquoise Bunny and his friend Ruby Rabbit? What about everyone's favorite, the king of Felix? That one I've never heard of. If these people made another game that I haven't played. Or Jimmy the Striped Horse. He's quite a new one, and actually. Useless information. I think. I forget what that game's called, but I could never figure it out. The other books. Oh, they're just for when I get bored, you know. It can get pretty quiet around here. God, it's crazy how these games come from an era where your monitor is is like what is it, 4x8 that these old CRT monitors would be at, and now the standard is 16:9. God. I think no matter what, Flash games would be like this anyways, so. There's an awful lot of them. Are you sure they're just for light reading? Yeah, I mean, why else would I need them? I'm not sure about this, but I can't help thinking that those books have something to do with what Mindy was doing last night. I'm gonna get the truth. Yeah, this is the cool part. When a character is hiding something, you must perform an eye contact interrogation to get the truth out of them. You control his movements with your mouse. Hold your cursor to the left of his face to look away. As soon as they begin lying, you should be able to tell. There will be a white flash, so you don't actually have to think about it. Just to get on with it. To look them in the eye. If you get it right, they will break down. Over the back button, and click the art. And click. What? Can you tell me why these books are all over the place? You can read it. I don't know what she was about to say. Whatever. You can read it. Okay, you win. I'll tell you what I'm up to, since you seem so eager to know. I'm studying for my exams, and these are all my revision books. I need to bring them to the fairground because it's the only chance I get to go over them. Is that why you stayed late last night? That's right. I stay late most nights and use the time alone to get some work done. My exams are in 2 weeks, and I'm totally unprepared. Like, the way this is written, it has like a very particular flavor to it that I can't quite describe. But you can, I don't know, you've definitely played things that are kind of like this, just the way it's written out. And I don't mean that in a bad way or anything. And it makes sense. Why did you keep it from me, though? I'm not sure. I suppose I was worried you'd think I was weird bringing my revision books to work like this. Don't worry. think you're weird? That's the most normal thing ever. Nah, I'm the one who's been caught lying. Either way, I'm pretty sure this clears up Mandy's alibi. I think I can believe her about this. She's in the clear. Well, actually... Actually, they're not. But she's in the clear, I think. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about that at the moment. No, not you. There we go. I think I can go in through there now. Hey there, kiddo. What's your name? It's, well, it's Detective Grimoire. And I'm no kid, thank you very much. It's weird how I'm probably this guy's age right now. Oh my god. Oh Lord. It sounds like someone needs some candy floss. Did you lose your hat? Oh, I do not need candy floss. And I did not lose my hat. Now, if you don't mind, I need to ask you about last night's murder. Hey man, no need to shout. That I did not expect. Can that guy really be a kid's entertainer? Yeah. Yeah, so I'm the entertainer here. I entertain the kids and stuff. That's great. Ricky Warrior, is it? That's it. What do you want, man? Well, I'm not very entertained, that's for sure. Right then, I need to know everything you saw last night, in as much detail as you can manage. Ugh, please. Yeah, I was here all evening. Nothing happened. You have to remember something. Think, man, think. I hope he does, or I'll be a little stuck. Well, I guess there was one thing. Excellent. Please, do go on. I went home pretty late. On my way past here, I saw you. Outside the Hall of Mirrors, you. Yeah, he was heading inside, actually, mumbling something about leaving the light on. The light. Was it on last night? Yeah, I don't know why, though. Maybe that's why he was going in, to switch it off. Did you notice anything else? I didn't see anything. Not even, well... See that oil by the door to the Hall of Mirrors? That wasn't there when you went in last night. I see. That's very helpful. Thanks, Ricky. Wait, there's one more thing. As I was walking away, I heard a loud squeaking noise. Stop taking it off and putting it on again, dude. Jeez. I guess it was probably the Hall of Mirrors door. Wow, you turned out to be useful after all. What? Thanks again. He went in the Hall of Mirrors to turn off the light, and the oil wasn't on the ground when he went in. And the door let out a screech when he opened it. What does it all mean? Can you tell me anything else about the fairground? Can't think of anything. We're, one big happy family. That's right. Is that so? Yeah, well, a few people thought Hugh was a waste of space, but he was kind of like The funhouse is a tip. It's not really safe. I remember Farrier always said she could do a better job of running it. So you're sure you got on with everyone here at the fairground? Yeah, I just kind of keep to myself, yeah, usually. I'm not thoroughly convinced. What's this? You might want to show that to Ringer. The clown? What's this? I'll admit, Ringer and I have our little quarrels. See, I drew a picture of some kid pulling off his nose, right? Is that what that's supposed to be? That's gold. No, it's not. You fucking degenerate. So this graffiti came from Ricky and Charles. Nope, nothing. Anyways, 3 more people. Yeah, food court. Hello, Jerry. Are you Jerry Spears? Please tell me you were one to discover the murder last night. You got it. It was pretty scary stuff, I tell ya. I can imagine. You're the cleaner here at the fairground, am I correct? I prefer the term refuge engineer. Actually. Sure, I'm sorry. You look quite young to be working here. Too young to be working at a fun fair? Most of the guys here are too old, that's what I say. I'm the youngest person here. Being young has its perks, you know. Cleaner or not, I have a feeling this guy is going to have some important information. Yeah. Not sure I'd want to eat here. Obviously, I'll need you to recount the events of last night. You're an important witness. Don't worry, man. I've been going over this in my head since last night. I haven't forgotten a single detail. I'll bet. I stayed pretty late. I was cleaning up around here all evening. Actually, I went around the whole fairground to give it a final clean. That's when I went into the Hall of Mirrors and found Hugh. You weren't the last person here, though, right? Well, that's right. Mandy was still here, working away, so I ran to find her. We called the police, and as soon as they'd arrived, after we gave our statements, we were allowed to leave. And that's it. Yep. Why, did I forget something? So you normally stay around the food court. Naturally, this is the area that needs the most cleaning. Did you notice anything else? Seems like you have a pretty good view from here. A good view? You bet. I did notice a couple of things. I got here real early, you see, before the boss. I saw Pete coming from the direction of the office in the morning. He put something in that bin there. And then went into the toilet cubicle. Is that right? I bet he probably scribbled some stupid message on the wall in there. People are always using it as a message board. Honestly, it's just extra work for me, you know. Sounds like I need to check out that bin and the toilet cubicle. Thankfully, I already did. The fun fair. The fun fair is so run down. How's it not been shut down by health inspectors? I get that a lot. Why have they even employed a cleaner, you're thinking? Apparently the abandoned look is very popular with the kids these days. We create everything to look old and rusted and dirty, but in fact it's all incredibly clean. That table behind me is only a couple of days old. How do you tell when things do get dirty? I have no idea, actually. You got me there. It makes my job easier, don't you think? More time to take in the sights. The sights. What could he mean by the sights? What do you mean by this, fam? What do you mean by that? Trees and birds and whatnot, stuff like that. I haven't noticed a single tree or bird since I've been here. We're in the middle of the fucking city. I think Jerry is hiding something. I love this part. What do you love to stare at? My own little world. I'm only a kid, it's what we do. Like what? I think you're horny! Horny AF, bruh. In 3 years, 2007, this will be 20 years old. Ugh. God. Like Mandy Farrier. Why her? What's so special? Okay, you got me. I give in. I can't help myself. She's so perfect. Can you blame me? You stay in the food court so you can stare at Mindy all day. Don't you think that's a little creepy? I am not an incel if that's what you're insinuating. I'll bet I'm the least creepy person you've spoken to here in the fairground. Yeah? Don't judge me so harshly. Don't worry, kid, I won't say anything. You should get a hobby or something. Don't worry, kid. Oh, I'm only 25. I feel so old. Anyway, Jerry, creepy as he is, wasn't lying about that. I guess he's only young. I wonder what Mandy thinks about him. Did you find that in the bin? If I'm not mistaken, that's the exact thing that Pete put in there yesterday morning. Came from the office. Maybe he borrowed them off the boss. Odd. The argument doesn't matter. To the office. Wait. Who else was there? Yeah, just 2 more characters. How did you get in here? This is a staff-only area. I just sort of knocked and you opened the door for me. Do you not remember these clear events? I remember now. You're the local inspector come to sort out this mess, right? I prefer detective, actually, and yes, that's right. My mistake, I was led to believe detectives wore hats, that's all. What a joke. I don't like this guy already. I'm Gary Coyles, I run this fairground. Probably not for much longer with the way things are going. Murder in my very own grounds. I can imagine it must be difficult times, but that's where I come in, you see. I'm wondering how helpful this guy's really gonna be. It's my job to try, though. That's a lot. Would you mind explaining to me what you were doing yesterday evening? God, that looks... Do you really have to have a rundown look in your office? Yesterday, the murder. I had quite forgotten. What a saint. I remember myself being annoyed yesterday, quite dehydrated. I remember coming in shortly after lunch and putting the various costumes into the wardrobe like usual. So Coils brings in the costumes himself, and he arrived shortly before lunch. Anyway, it was quite hot out, you see. My office gets awfully stuffy in the sun, and I couldn't find any way to cool down. It's all important, I suppose. Why did you leave in the evening? I always stay later than everyone else and go over the fairground for a final check before I leave. Well, I normally do. I think I did last night. I'll see why I wouldn't. There was nothing special going on. Sounds like Coils is unsure about where he was last night. When he left, maybe there's a clue in here somewhere that could help me get the truth out of him. Have you been in the manager of the fairground long? As long as I can remember, to be honest. So about 5 minutes, then. I take great pride in ensuring a safe environment for all my staff and all my public. Some of the staff had been urging me to get rid of Hugh for a while. Did you know he was nearly completely deaf? I didn't, actually. I did, actually. Who was trying to get rid of Hugh, then? Well, neither Charles nor Pete particularly loved him. He caused more problems than he solved, that's for sure. Doesn't sound like Hugh was very popular around here. But who was it that finally decided to get rid of him? I noticed your office was in a bit of a mess. Doesn't particularly surprise me, but there's no harm in asking, right? Yeah, well, I can assure you I keep this office perfectly tidy under normal circumstances. I haven't really had the time to clear up recently. So the mess is your fault. Well, who else would it be? There is one odd thing, actually. My favorite green pen has gone missing. Has gone missing from the pot on the desk. It probably got lost in the mess somewhere, but I noticed it disappeared from my room quite suddenly yesterday. After I came back from lunch, I think. So someone was in here during the time Coils went to lunch. The water cooler. You told me you couldn't find a way to cool down yesterday. What about the water cooler over there? You're quite right, of course. The water cooler you refer was in fact broken when I came into work yesterday. Not knowing much about these things myself, I called in Pete, our mechanic, to fix it. I think that was around lunchtime. I left him to get on with it as I went to lunch. You left him in here alone. Did he fix it? Come to think of it, he didn't. I really should press him on that. I didn't see him again that day, actually. Pete was in here alone while Coils went to lunch. Here's your pen, bro. That's my pen. It went missing last night. It should be on the desk with the others. Hold on. It's nearly run out. Someone's been using it. I'm gonna fucking kill them with a glass shard. You're telling me it's not broken. It's been sabotaged. This is an outrage. Water coolers just aren't safe anymore these days. I'm glad I'm not a water cooler. Okay, bro. What's this? It's like I said, I normally stay late and give the fairground a final check before I go home. But this calendar is clearly reminding you to go home early last night. But this calendar is clearly reminding you to go home early. Last night. Did you or did you not leave early last night? Well, you know, a bit of both. Coils is definitely hiding something from me. Time to get the truth. You give the fairground a final check before you go home. Why would you leave early last night? Yeah, as far as I remember. I mean, nothing except maybe, well, spill it. Okay, I'll admit it. I rushed home early last night to watch the Star Explorer all-night marathon on Channel 18. I'm sorry. You... what? It was wrong, I know. I just couldn't let a viewing opportunity like that pass me by. My fellow explorers would laugh at me. I suppose... well, you've learned your lesson, I guess. I don't know, man. There it is. This guy's a little weird, but he's not lying about this. Not for a second. Are you innocent? He's innocent. You're innocent. Okay, I did that. He didn't say he was innocent before. Only 17. Yeah, okay, well, he's in the clear. So we don't have to bother with him anymore. Yeah, you're innocent, 'cause... I don't know. Yeah, you're good. Don't need to worry about you. You got your little thumb in your pocket. Hello. Lol. Sure, I like to do a little troll-lolling. Well, hello there, young man. Can I help you with something? As a matter of fact, you can. I assume you know all about the murder last night. I'm afraid to say I do. Such a terrible loss. One can barely comprehend it. Well, one is gonna have to try. You're the mechanic, right? Peter Nubhat, at your service. I believe you've met my niece, Mandy. Your niece? Oh, yeah, I have. Glad to hear it. I'm glad she was polite to you. So this is Mandy's uncle, the mechanic. I wonder what I can learn from him. Last night. So if you don't mind me asking, where were you last night? Well, let's think about that. For most of the evening, I was fixing the back of the funhouse, as always. But I remember leaving relatively early. Thinking upon it now, I'm quite glad I did. Did you see or hear anything suspicious last night? Anything at all? Well, I did catch a glimpse of young Ricky and Charles arguing right over there by the Hall of Mirrors. The entertainer and the clown. Ricky and Charles were arguing outside the Hall of Mirrors last night. What about? Not normally one for eavesdropping, of course, but I think it was something to do with being popular with the children. I don't know why these two grown-ass men would care, but... And something about a red nose. I can't remember much else. Maybe you should ask them. I should definitely go back and ask Ricky and Charles about that. Have you worked here long? Oh yes, a very long time. I've seen many staff members come and go, but Gary normally knows how to run things. Gary? Well, we met Gary. Gary Coils, our boss. You'll probably find him in his office. He's usually capable of making the right decisions. But not always. Does anyone... Does he want me to answer? He looked away. I'm no good at rhetorical questions. How well do you get on with the rest of the staff? As well as could be expected, apart from I've been known to argue with Charles on a couple of occasions. But most of the people here are guilty of that. He's really difficult sometimes. Sounds like Pete doesn't have much love for Charles. So you like the way things are run around here? Most of the time, yes. I think I could say that. I'm not the only one to think that the funhouse has seen better days. You never really enjoyed his job, I don't think. You let the funhouse fall into a state of disarray. Yeah, I'm afraid so. My niece Mandy often complains of it to me. I tell her not to cause trouble, but I know she could do a better job any day. So Pete knows of his niece's desire to run the funhouse. You're still a suspect. What's this? I don't think I've ever seen those before. They're a little dirty. Where on earth did you find them? In the bin, actually, by the food court. I suppose that explains why they're dirty. Does it take a genius to see that Pete is avoiding the obvious here? They're from your tool belt. They could have fallen out of anyone. I didn't do it fast enough. Yes, they are, Ding-a-ling. They are exactly the same as all the tools on your belt. There's even a space empty. I suppose you're right. They must have fallen off my belt when I was having lunch, and someone found them and put them in the bin. I'm not convinced at all. Still seems like that's all he's going to say. Let's see. The clown was here. What's up with that argument? Pete told me that he saw you and Ricky arguing outside the Hall of Mirrors last night. Sounds like a serious matter. Would you mind telling me what it's all about? Ricky and I are always arguing. It's no big deal. He's just the argumentative type. You're better off grilling him about this. Maybe I should. What's this? I don't know what that is. Yes, you do. It's a red nose found outside the crime scene. There's only one guy here with a red nose, and it's not Rudolph, you dumb bitch. If you catch my drift. It's a red nose, but I have no idea how it got there, honestly. You're holding something back. It was found outside the crime scene. Oh, am I? Fuck you. Yes, you do. You bitch. Alright, I'll tell you why I was lying on the ground. You must know. It didn't fall off my face. In fact, it was pulled off yesterday by some of those little bastards that I have to dance for. By some of the kids that came to the fairground. They were making fun of me. The audacity of those little bastards. And I was just trying to keep my cool, you know? Are you happy? It's not the sort of thing you'd happily make up. I think I can believe him. I don't know how that proves his innocence, but I don't know, that doesn't explain anything else, but whatever. He's innocent. Don't worry about it. Oh. Wait. No. Profiles. Innocent. Suspect. You're innocent, and you're innocent. It's either you, or you. I don't know which. Ricky! It's not Ricky. Here, Ricky. What's with this stupid argument you have over pointless bullshit? Pete told me he saw you and Charles arguing outside the Hall of Mirrors last night. Can you explain yourself? I don't argue much with people. I'm not a jerk who just talks out of his ass all the time. Yes, you should. You were seen arguing outside the scene of the crime. Dude. No, you don't. You're lying. I am certain you don't get on with Charles at all. This is probably... You know what? That probably is a euro. I think around in America you kind of say get along more often than you say getting on with someone. That sounds more like a British thing, you know? Now that I think about it. Hey man, no need to shout, like I said. Tell me the truth then. Alright. I don't get on with Charles. We do argue, it's always the same. The kids make fun of him and so on. He gets annoyed, tries to take it out on me, and nothing ever comes of it. I guess I was wrong. I suppose that clears it up. I'm beginning to think that this argument was a red herring. Is someone trying to distract me? I don't know how that proves his innocence exactly, but whatever. Alright, back to that. No, not that. This one. Your uncle. I spoke to your uncle. You could have told me that the mechanic was your uncle. Did you not mention that? I don't really think of anything of it, I guess. Uncle Pete's a good guy. He works hard. Sometimes a little too hard, I think. No profiles. How does that prove it? I don't... Goodness. Let's see, yeah. No, yeah. Where is he at? Ferris wheel. Hello, sir. Wait a minute. What about this? That rag looks like it comes from Charles's costume. It's got a nasty black smear on it. It's not like Charles at all. Oil. That oil must have dripped off the roof. Pretty sure it's been there for quite a while. That's nothing to do with me, young man. I don't even know what it is. He looked away from me when he said that. Odd. Why would that... Mr. Coyle should take a greater care of his belongings. Odd. How about this? I've not seen that before. May as well throw it away. Odd. You know what? I think I cracked this case. Looks like you got your suspect. Are you ready to give your final conclusion? Yes. Who was the murderer? Don't even think about it. That's... You're not admitting to murder, are you, Grimoire? I believe it was Pete. What was the murder weapon? This, yes. I don't think so. I hope not. Soft. I don't know what that's about. I was going to ask him about that. That's, duh, whatever, it doesn't matter. The first thing Pete did was cut the wire for Coil's water cooler. He left his wire cutters in the bin outside. His first mistake. But why did Pete cut the wire from the water cooler? Coils then arrives, bringing with him the costumes for the day. He notices that the water cooler is broken and calls in Pete to fix it during lunch. Pete goes in the office, takes the green pen from the desk, and rips a section off of Charles's costume. He eventually uses the pen to draw a picture. Oh yeah. Pete drew a picture with the stolen green marker. Where? Oh! By this time, Charles has arrived. He goes into the office and takes his ripped clown costume from the cupboard. Later, Pete visits the Hall of Mirrors to smash the mirror. He takes the largest shard that falls and wraps it in Charles's rag. But why would he do such a thing? It wouldn't hurt his hand. That makes sense. Before leaving, he leaves on the main light. He then hides in the empty game stall where he accidentally leaves behind his green marker. Hugh sees the Hall of Mirrors light through the window in his office. As he goes in to turn the light off, the door lets out a loud squeak. So how did the oil end up outside the Hall of Mirrors? Pete follows, but as not to attract any unwanted attention, he hastily oils the door to silence it before entering, causing a spillage by the door. Hugh has been distracted by the broken mirror, but cannot see behind him, for the mirror is cracked down the side that would normally reflect the door. Where did the black smears come from? Pete stabs Hugh in the back with the glass shard. On his way out, he notices he has spilt more oil on the floor. He hastily wipes it up with Charles's rag. Before making his exit, Pete hides the murder weapon along with the oily rag behind a frame in Hugh's very own office. What was Pete's motive for murder? Yeah! Where'd my thing go? Look at him. Yeah! An Armor Games game. I don't think I ever bothered to visit Armor Games as a kid. I just went through other places. Look at him! Ego Raptor, what the fuck? Oh my god! I never noticed that before. Capcom, LucasArts, Konami. Okay, this might been using some other stuff. A making of feature. I don't think that's going to do anything. I doubt that's up anymore. But you can probably find it somewhere. But yeah, that is Detective Grimoire, one of my favorite little flash games that I played back in the day. Certain things I'll do like a full complete playthrough of other things. I'll just maybe play for a few minutes and put multiple things into an episode whenever I decide to continue doing these Flash games as a little series. The same thing will be applied to the games that I emulate on this channel, so that's part of my plans for this year. See you next time.